Hello, everybody. It's me, Adam. We got Dave. We got Big Mike here in the house. We're out here having lunch today, which is Wednesday the 27th, and having a great time, enjoying each other's company, planning on things where we kind of going over what we've done this year, making plans for what we're going to do this coming year, 2018, and just really, the old phrase says, the old adage, if you fail to plan, you're planning to fail. So guys like Michael and Dave and I now, I'm just talking to them, I'm kind of a late bloomer and trying to plan for things. And because if you don't plan, really you're just playing the lotto. Like you're like hoping that things will work out. And generally it just doesn't work out that way. So really, I think get down to the basics of the nuts and the bolts of it takes planning to be successful in anything you do, and consistency. But Dave, you were mentioning a quote or something you thought about or read?
Yeah, because we were talking a little bit about New Year's resolutions and what we're going to be doing and how to be successful. Because a lot of people make New Year's resolutions and then they ultimately fail, and part of it is consistency. But there's this great quote by a two-time Olympian, this woman named Patty Sue Plummer. She said work, and she's specifically talking about, she's a runner, so she's talking about working out. So she says, workouts are like brushing my teeth. I don't think about it, I just do it. The decision has already been made. So it's like
wow.
when you just like brushing your teeth. I mean, you wouldn't think twice about it, like, hey, I'm going to go today without brushing my teeth. You just do it. It's something that you do. So what she's saying is, working out, that's just part of her day. You have to plan it in there. So all these New Year's resolutions that we're talking about, mostly to be successful, a big part of it is consistency and actually building it into your day. If it's just like, well, when I have time, I'm going to do such and such, it's probably not going to work out. But if you actually build it in and it's part of your day, day in and day out, I think that's when, a good way to be successful.
Man, that's powerful.
Yeah.
He said it's like brushing your teeth. I like the decision's already been made.
Yeah.
So come cold, hot, different things like that. She's still going to brush her teeth, and that means she's still going to run.
Yeah.
And the decision's done. There's no there's no ambiguity. Not like, oh, I'm not sure. No, it's done. And I know what I do is I get my clothes out the night before, and I set it out. That way, there's no thinking involved.
Right.
I already know how cold it's going to be. And so these days, it's been in the kind of low 30s at times at 3 o'clock in the morning, 2:30. So, but there was a couple days, I'm not going to lie, there was a couple days that I got up and I reached over and got my phone and I saw the weather. I'm like, 32. And I thought about it for a quick second. I said, oh, I can't think about it. And honestly, I had to literally throw that thought out of my mind. And I already know it's cold. Boom, it's done. It's going to be a little chilly. It's not like 70 degrees in my bed. I got to go out. The decision's been made. I can't make a second decision because the first decision, it's already done. So anyways, I think in line, because I have thought that, and I thought, but it has to be so quick. If I gave that thought if I thought about it any more than like a few seconds, I would not get up. I'm not kidding you. I would have made an excuse. No, it's 32, 70. Nah, I'm good. No. So I had to throw it out very quickly, and I think that's been key for me to be consistent. Is not put a lot of thought in, or second thought, being the decision's made. And Michael, I know we were talking about some things, and this guy is a really amazing guy. I'm like, okay, me and Dave said, well, we're kind of late bloomers. Michael just you kind of been on it for a long time. What are you thinking?
Yeah. Well, the key thing is, I think it's very easy to make excuses, right? It's too cold, it's too hot. I'm tired because I slept in because of some condition. There's work, there's school. It's very easy to make excuses. And for resolutions, I don't have resolutions. I just have more like things I want to do for that year. Every year, basically in December, I kind of jot out what I want to accomplish, what I truly want to do, and I basically just make steps towards it. I don't worry about trying to get to that destination. I just care about how can I just...
You don't have the full plan, but you know what you want to do.
Absolutely.
It's going to come together.
Absolutely. Like if I'm writing a book, for example, I'm not worried about how to get it published. I'm just care about, let me just do an outline. Do an outline.
Listen, that's good stuff.
If it takes me a month to do it, or it takes me 6 months, it takes me 6 months to do it. Once I'm done with the outline, then I'll do the next thing. Once you start doing a little bit every day, before you know it, you complete a bigger picture. And I've been doing that since high school for everything that I have.
I told you about this guy.
So I don't know. That's just kind of how my personality really is and how I do everything.
I think that's really important, taking bite-sized chunks, because if you think of like the final destination, it could seem so daunting you don't even want to start.
So true.
So you need to break it down into steps, and that was a quote that we were talking about earlier, that was the difference between a dream and a goal is a plan, having a plan.
Yeah.
So yeah, people dream about, I wish I, could speak another language or whatever. Yeah, you can do it.
But
you
no
just need,
plan.
Yeah, you just need to put a plan in place. And if you think, I need to be fluent by next week, it's not going to happen. You need to step by step have a plan how to get there. So if it's running a marathon, you're not just going to go out and run 26.2 miles. You can't think that way. You have to start out, run a mile.
That's right.
That's
Run
right.
2 miles.
That's right.
Right. So yeah. So breaking it down, I think that's a big key.
And they call it chunking it down. I heard somebody say inch by inch it's a cinch, yard by yard it's hard. If you think too much into it, it does seem daunting, and it'll like you're going to be more apprehensive about even starting it. And even doing a marathon, I've done a lot of marathons, and I guess a lot to some persons and maybe not as much as others, but a lot to me is quite a bit. I've done quite a bit of marathons, but each marathon I've gone into, Dave and Michael, is I don't like, I can't wait to do 26 miles. I go to like 5 miles, and then I go when I get to 10 miles, and then I get to half marathon 13. Then I know I only got half left, and I say, okay, I just got to get to 18. If I get to 20 miles, and I'm constantly chunking that 26 down.
Yeah.
I don't just think of it as a 13 or think of it as a 26 mile.
I did it too.
Right?
Yeah,
You do the same thing, right?
I do the exact same
What do
thing,
you think
yeah.
when you do your halves? What are you thinking? Like, how do you chunk it down yourself?
Yeah. No, for the halves, I just kind of try to get to 6 miles.
There you go. See, it's the
I
same
don't worry
thing.
about mile 7,
Right.
mile 9, or mile 10. I'm trying to get to
powerful.
6.
Uh-huh.
Once I get to 6, then I worry about trying to get to 9. It's just some kind of a particular goal that I just try to do though.
Uh-huh.
But also if I'm playing music in the background or
Uh-huh.
a movie,
Uh-huh.
then I just keep my brain focused on that. So and I'm not worried about the miles. I'm just worrying about let's just go out for a run and enjoy it. Here's a great movie that I'm listening to.
Uh-huh.
That's what I do.
I think, and the reason we're talking about this, obviously we got 2018 coming in just a matter of days, this new year, and a lot of people with the New Year's resolutions, and believe me, you're going to get all those gym membership, free 30-day trials and free coaching,
Right.
all that stuff. But the only thing is consistency wins the day. And so this came up with what we were talking about, but the nuts and bolts, it sounds kind of, well, it's not, it does kind of sound easy the way we're making it sound, because Michael, Dave, and myself have been doing it a while, but we know it's not that easy. So that's what we're saying. You have to chunk it down. This is a technique that is used, I think, by almost every achiever.
It's a technique.
It's a technique,
Yeah,
right?
It's a technique.
A technique, and it's a strategy technique that really you should use. That it's effective. It's an effective way to get it done. So, and I was going to tell him about that one with my friend, but that's another story. But so chunking things down. Don't worry about what you're going to do in February or March. Worry about what you're going to do that first week, and be concerned about being consistent. Don't be concerned about times or racing, any of that stuff. Just be consistent. If you haven't been exercising, start. Just do the first mile. Or whatever, get to the gym, whatever you do, whatever your form of exercise, but you want to get that cardio in, for sure. If it's bike riding or whatever, we obviously run, that's kind of our thing, but we want everybody to run if you're healthy enough to do it, but you got to chunk it down. If it's writing a book, you did the same thing. Michael, you said that when you were very young, you wanted to write a book, and what did you do to start? You never wrote a book, but how old were you? What did you do to start?
Yeah, so I was like 9 or 10. Maybe even 12, I'm not sure.
9 or 10. Can you imagine?
Yeah, so
Sorry to get in the
9
way, Dave.
That's right. Yeah, so around 9 or 10, I used to write a lot of short stories. And I actually wrote over like hundreds of short stories. I still have it in my memory box. I actually want to pull it out because my daughter asked me about it. And really, I said, how can I publish these short stories at some level? I didn't know. This is like, 1990, 1989 or something like that. So I just said, well, how can I figure out how to get this published? So I looked at various books, found an address, and I actually wrote to publishers trying to figure out how do I publish the book. And they sent me a lot of good information, which I still have in my memory box. I want to find that.
Excellent. That is amazing.
And,
Amazing.
so it was very good stuff that I got. So,
And then the process started, and eventually 3 books later, you're right? You've read and hundreds of short stories. He's an accomplished author. come on now. From a guy, and I know we had Miss Carolyn Robinson on a couple weeks ago, who had never done it, and I know Dave's done a lot of things, even at the company, the worldwide company he works at. He never thought he'd be in the position he is in, and I know you went to college for something else, and you ended up doing something else. I mean, you know, we want everybody. This whole thing, these videos and stuff. I don't mean to go on and on, but it's really to give back. It's to contribute and to encourage and motivate and hopefully inspire other people. Of course, number one is health and fitness. If you don't got your health and fitness, you don't got life, and on and on. I mean, everything else comes after that. Even your family, I mean, your family wouldn't have you if you're not alive, right? Obviously, so you got to take care of yourself and really take time to really concentrate on yourself and get in just better health and maybe be just more physically active. But really, it's to contribute, and hopefully, like I said, we're reaching out to everybody on here just to take their health and fitness seriously, and in their craft and their passion. You got to find that passion. What do you enjoy doing? And just take it over the top. Let 2018 really be a milestone of change and of accomplishment in our lives and their lives as well. Dave,
I agree.
Michael? Or?
Yeah, no, totally agree with that. And I think you said, you know, part of that's key. Find your passion. You know, if you're doing something because someone else said, hey, you know, you should lose weight. I mean, it's it's not going to happen. It needs to be something that you want. Absolutely. And it goes back to another quote that we said several months ago that you know, if you really want to do something, you'll find the time. If you don't, you'll find an excuse. You know,
so true.
That's kind of the bottom line. Right. So if you make these resolutions, they have to be something that you really want to do.
Yes.
And then you'll have a much better chance of being successful.
Mike?
No, I agree. I can't say anything better than that. That was excellent. Yeah.
And you know, and then, you know, kind of to say that, I won't go on and on, but if you don't feel like, you know, like trying to get healthier, then you got to ask, why don't you? I mean, because why don't you want to get healthier or more fit, or, you know, of making progress? You don't want to go backwards. You want to, you know, progress. You want to, you know, you want to live longer or healthier, more, and which will help you be more productive in life.
Yeah, okay. Well, for me, I want to be healthy,
right?
Because I want to.
You gotta have a why.
I want to walk my daughter down the aisle.
Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. Okay? That's beautiful. Inspiring.
I want to be able to do it very healthy.
Yes.
I would love to see my grandchildren.
Wow.
Not trying to push them.
No,
but
right.
That's what motivates me for my health. My health is a big part of that.
So, I think that's key. Yeah. You got to have a why.
Yep.
And you hear that all the time. Oh, what does that mean? Well, why does he want to get healthy? And he just mentioned it right there, which is, I mean, you can get real emotional when he talks about things like that. Is you got to have that why. If you don't have that why, then ask, why don't I have it? Maybe you're too, you know, I just want to get back and back up and back up. Because it sounds like, wow, everybody, I don't think anybody's going to disagree with what we're talking about here. Like, oh, that's true. Then why aren't you doing it? Then get up and doing it, you know? And you could have me yelling at you and shouting or whatever, but, you know, get in there and try to figure out, why don't I? And then once you figure that out, then begin to say, aha, now I got it. Let's reverse engineer that, and let's start moving towards a goal. Let's start planning 2018. If 2017 went by in a blur, 2018 is going to do just the same.
Yeah.
You know?
And just start.
Just start. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good ending right there. Just start.
Yeah.
You know? Hey, thanks guys for watching, and keep on watching. Like, subscribe, share, and we got some good things coming this coming year. We're going to make some changes. I have a lot of stuff in my mind. I know Mike and Dave do as well. And have a happy New Year to everybody, and healthy, productive New Year. And let's start this year off and crush it, and just start knocking things out and progressing, guys.
That's right.
All right, guys. Bye-bye, guys.